There's that initial moment when a tragedy has occurred and a loved one has been lost. You've got first responders there who are there to maybe protect the integrity of a scene, to collect evidence, but you need to have professional help respond to the scene. We're not the people that can help someone start healing, and TIP is the organization that we rely on to be there to allow us to do our job and for them to help the family through that grieving process.
I think there's something to be said about being with people as soon as they experience something really traumatic, something really hard. Doesn't even have to be traumatic, but just like a difficult situation, and making sure that people don't feel alone.
You know, it really begins when you get the call, because you have to, at that point, even though you're expecting a call, relax a moment and clear your head so that you don't have any expectations. You know, you don't have any, because when you arrive, you really have to just, you know, be calm, but survey who's there and what's the scenario, and be able to really identify the immediate needs of the client.
Sometimes it's to choose or decide on a funeral home, but sometimes it's to decide what to do with help of the police, what to decide to do with a minor, or what to do with the neighbors.
They stay with you, they help you, they comfort you, they answer questions, they give you resources. I didn't know who to even contact for funeral arrangements. So they had that all available for me and helped me through that.
In those moments of crisis, you are so overwhelmed, and TIP just kind of like helps guide that and like takes that a little bit from people.
I always think that if we hadn't been there, that those people would have been alone. And it's nice to know that at least they had support. Not everybody wants support, and that's totally okay, but at least there was the opportunity there to do support and help somebody.
I love having them as a resource. I've had families that I refer to them. When there's a trauma, I'm always, hey, did you get a TIP volunteer? Did somebody come to your home? Were they able to help you? Most of the time, yes, but there's been times no. So those are the times I can give them a phone number, or I call TIP and say, this family needs some help and some guidance, and it's just wonderful that they are able to reach out to all these families and help them in a time that I can't even imagine what they're going through.
It is truly a partnership that every agency, when it comes to public safety, depends on. For when we go back in service, they are still caring for a family, for a partner, for a child, because that emergency isn't over for them.
It's also an emotional boost to the officers to know that those family members and those community members are being taken care of, and to such a high quality and a high level that they're being cared for. Something that officers want to have done but don't always have the time. And sometimes we just don't have the means or the ability to do that ourselves anyway.
When you're on a traumatic event and you're a first responder, you are trying so much to help the person, and then you do not want to leave. You do not want to leave them if someone's passed away or whatever the situation is. And just the feeling of relief to know that you can do a direct handoff to someone that's going to continue to care. In almost all situations where TIP is called, that's the feeling that the first responders have.
Having somebody available that has training in those areas, has skills in those areas, and feels comfortable dealing with that is a great relief to me. That person is part of our team as an overall response organization. We are trained to deal with the emergency at hand, and they are trained to support us and to support the other people there. And it's a great asset for us to have.
It makes me feel better about the community that I'm in, knowing that when bad things happen to people, there are people who can show up and help compassionately and help people through really hard times.
They may not remember my face, and they definitely won't remember my name after I leave, but they'll remember how we made them feel while we were there, and that's a great thing.